All right, joining me now is Nik Nanos, founder and chief data scientist at Nanos Research. And I'm going to guess Mr. Garneau may not be voting for Mr. Trudeau on the next ballot. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, Roger. And yeah, I think that's probably a hard no. You know, he's put it down on paper and published for everyone to see.
Okay, so what does everyone else think right now? What's the ballot support looking like over the last month?
Well, you know, what's interesting is, Roger, you know, when you look at the ballot support with the Conservatives at 41% nationally, they're still firmly in majority territory. It probably speaks to why the Liberals are torturing themselves. And why don't we say torturing Justin Trudeau at the same time in terms of the current political situation, because the Conservatives are at 41, Liberals at 27, so they're 14 points back. NDP at 17, not great numbers. The NDP usually like numbers in the 20s or thereabouts, but, you know, at around 17 points, not great. Bloc is at 10, and, you know, that Bloc at 10%, and that's up 2 points in the last 4 weeks, that actually converts into a lot of seats in the province of Quebec. So even though that's a national number, that's a big number for the Bloc. Green Party at 4, People's Party at 2.
All right, which makes it interesting. What do you think we'll see over the summer? Everybody's out, they're doing their barbecue tour and all that. Any indications who might strengthen over the summer, who might decline?
Well, you know, I think probably the decline and the focus will be on Justin Trudeau, right? You know, we have the Marc Garneau book. We have Catherine McKenna, who's come out and said that he should step down. We have John Manley, McKenna and Manley, two former Liberal cabinet ministers. And you know what, Roger? A house divided, in this particular case, the Liberal House, cannot win an election. Because you know what? It was going to be hard before the Toronto St. Paul's by-election for Justin Trudeau to challenge Pierre Poilievre. He's now in a whole new world of pain because he's now not only fighting the Conservatives and Pierre Poilievre, but he's got a rearguard action within the Liberal family right now.
And that never works out well for the Liberals. We've seen it happen before with them.
Yeah, and you know what? Doesn't happen with the Conservatives either. You know, Aaron O'Toole, once there were grumblings within his caucus, he was out. You know, so it's never good whenever any federal party leader doesn't have the full support of its own members. And you know what? If a party is divided, why should Canadians support that party? You know, it might be harsh to say, but that's the reality.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about some issues. We're talking about inflation seems to be going down, and concerns about it seem to be going down, but housing prices an issue now.
Yeah, you know, the thing is, Roger, you know, when we roll up all of the economic issues, they represent about 4 out of every 10 Canadians, inflation being at the top of the list at 13, followed by housing at 11 and jobs in the economy down a little bit at 9, environment at 8, healthcare, environment at 9, healthcare at 8. See, a little bit of an uptick for immigration and also a little bit of an uptick for high taxes. And but, you know, the reality is, Roger, is 4 out of every 10 Canadians mention some sort of economic issue. That's what they want to hear about from politicians. And maybe to your question earlier, the barbecue circuit that everybody's going to be on.
Yep.
You know, they're going to be talking about, hey, I got to pay the bills. What's going to happen to pay the bills? Where are we going to get jobs from? Where's prosperity going to come from? That's what Canadians want to hear about.
Okay, and just quickly before we go, Poilievre popularity dipping slightly?
Yeah, well, still within the margin of error, but he's got an 11-point advantage over Justin Trudeau. But, you know, Justin Trudeau's at 24 on the preferred prime minister. Jagmeet Singh's at 13, so he's down a little more at around 3%. And Pierre Poilievre holding steady. Maybe the key takeaway here, Roger, is Conservatives and Pierre Poilievre holding steady in majority territory and the advantage on leadership. And Trudeau now not just fighting the Conservatives, fighting his own people in order to hold on to the leadership of the Liberal Party of Canada.
A long, hot summer for him. All right, Nik, thank you as always, sir.
Take it easy.